What's up, guys? It's Dating Dynamics back again with another banger dynamic. And today, we're going to let you guys know why you need to know your attraction niche.
Absolutely, man. You need to know your attraction niche as a guy who's out there in the dating market. Knowing your attraction niche is extremely important, right? Because when
Yeah,
you know, first of all, what does that mean? What do I mean by attraction niche? What we mean by that is you need to find out what type of women find you attractive
absolutely.
for the most part. Like what type of women usually gives you choosing signals, what type of women make it easy for you to interact with them, to have a conversation with them, all that stuff. You need to know that because that's information that's gonna help you in your dating process.
Absolutely. Even in my dating life and even in one of my closest friends' dating life, I realized that all of the girls we usually date, they usually have a profile, right? Like for example, my one of my homeboys, I know that the girls he usually date, they're usually West Indian, Caribbean girls.
Hmm.
They're usually slim, petite. They got big old tig old bitties. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
Tig
Yeah.
old
Yeah.
bitties. And for me, the girls I usually date, usually date a lot of black girls. A lot of them are Caribbean as well. They usually have a larger posterior. You know what I'm talking about? Like that's just me.
Hey, I feel you.
But you got to realize that there's a certain profile for the girls that you date, and those are the girls who usually like me. And my friend, the type of girls that he dates, those are the girls who like him. So look, guys, in order to maximize your dynamics, it's important that you maximize your niche. What do I mean by maximize your niche? You maximize the value which you can obtain from your niche. Okay? So that means that you have to get the most that you can out of your niche because that's where you're going to get the most success. Since these girls are already predisposed to liking you, they already have a favorable attraction towards you.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so instead of talking to some girl who's not into you and trying to get her to get to be into you, doesn't it make more sense to just go for who already
Absolutely.
likes you?
It definitely makes more sense. And again, not that we're telling those guys, to not go for other types of women or
Yeah,
women that they may have not had success with in the past. Again, as you get better in your dating process, you're going to be able to date all types of women, but especially early on, knowing your niche, knowing what type of women already like you will make it easier for you to have a lot more success and to learn more. Like, if you're just getting started, you want to learn as much as possible. And the best way to learn is by meeting women who already want to meet with you, already like you, want to go on dates with you, and you can learn so many things about dating in general. And you know, again, there's a few things you can look for, right? You can look for, for example, the age aspect. Like, what type of women typically like you? Are they your age? Are they younger? Are they older? Right? That's something you can look at. Are they very attractive, decent? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's some of the things you can look for. And for the guys with less experience, right? Because we know that not everybody has a lot of experience when it comes to dating. What would you like to say to those guys?
so look, for those guys with less experience, first and foremost, I have to tell you guys, just because we're encouraging you to date your niche, that doesn't mean that we're telling you to lessen your standards. No, no, no. If you're not attracted to a girl, even if she likes you, that doesn't mean that you should date her. Don't do it at all, right?
Hmm.
But for those guys with less experience, first and foremost, I tell these guys to look at other guys who are in a similar position to them and look at what their niche is. So what do I mean by that? Based on your personality type, based on your interests, and based on your presentation as a dude, try to see if there's anyone else who's similar to you who has a bit more experience and try to see who they attract, right? So what do I mean by personality type? So for instance, if you're a quiet, shy guy, then and you don't have much experience, try to look to another quiet, shy guy who has some experience and try to see the type of women he attracts, right?
Right.
If you're the life of the party, then you're going to do the same by, looking at another guy who's the life of the party and try to gauge, the caliber of women that he pulls and try to base it off of that. And also interest, right? So what do I mean by interest? If you're a guy, let's say you're into anime and you like going to anime conventions,
Hmm.
you're more likely to end up with to have a girl. You're more likely to click with a girl who also enjoys going to anime conventions and who enjoys doing cosplay versus meeting a girl who, I don't know, who likes to go to who likes to do other things, right? That because that's somebody who's more so likely to mesh well with you.
Exactly right.
And last but not least, presentation is important. So what do I mean by presentation? Look, if you're a guy, by presentation, I mean everything from looks, so how you naturally look, to the type of clothes you wear, to your demeanor, to your style. That all fits into your presentation. So if you're a guy who has more so of a hip hop vibe, and you're a little less experienced, you dress a little bit more urban, and you
Hmm.
like wearing the true religions. You feel me?
Right.
You like being swagged out. You don't have that much experience, and try to look to another guy who presents himself kind of like you do, right?
Absolutely. And going back to what I said earlier, when I said you need to look for clues like what type of women make it easy for you, like to talk to them and to interact with them, that's very important because typically most women will make it hard for you to talk to them, or they'll try to avoid you for the most part because they know exactly what guys want. They don't want to give you any ideas, so they'll try to avoid you. So if you see a girl is actually talking to you, interacting with you, always saying hi to you, that's a good sign right there that she may be interested. Also, for guys with experience, right? One thing to look at is like what type of women have you been with in the past for the most part, right? If you really want to know, like, if you're single right now and you're looking for someone and you've been, having a tough time, you've been going through a dry spell, one question to ask yourself is, what's the pattern between the women I've dated in the past? Like what do they have in common? And once you find out what it is, then you know what to do next. You know what type of women to go after. But that's if you've been going through a dry spell and you've been out there for like 5, 6 months and you're not having any success, then you know the easy solution to that.
Yeah, and one easy way that I can suggest guys to find out what their niche is by looking at dating apps, right? So if you have a slight amount of success on dating apps, let's say you've managed to rack up 10 matches, right? If you go through those matches, if you see any similarities between those women, then that means that those women are your niche. That's what your niche is, right?
Hmm.
Whatever that niche may be. And also, when you're out in public, right? As you just said, women will usually not make it easy for you if they don't find you attractive. And guys, I personally, hold true to the belief that women find about 95% of guys to not be
Sure.
attractive. Women are generally attracted to maybe 5% of the population, right?
For the most part, yeah.
Exactly. Women have a very narrow attraction. When we're talking just like pure physical attraction,
Right.
whereas guys, we're generally attracted to most women, unless she's just hideous and,
Right.
and we're not into it. We're generally attracted to most women. Women are the reverse. So if a woman is giving you the time of day and she's making it easy for you, that means she's truly attracted. Because let me
Right.
tell you guys, when a girl really likes you, she makes it so easy you don't even realize it. Like it's crazy.
Absolutely. Like, yeah. But yeah, knowing your attraction niche is really a shortcut to the game, right? Again, most guys want to spread their seeds, right? They want to bang as many women as possible, like different types of women, diversity, and that's all fine. But having an attraction niche, knowing where you get the most success, is really what's going to give you the abundance mindset. Like, it's almost like a fallback. Like, I can always go back to dating that type of girl. I can always go back to, if I'm going through a dry spell, I know who to talk to So it's really sort of a fallback type of plan where you can always have success with that, right? But we're not telling guys not to, spread their wings and try to get as many women as possible. That's not what we're saying. It's really just sort of a backup plan so that you don't have to go through a dry spell. You don't have to go 6 months without getting laid. But like nobody wants to do that. So
Yeah, guys, knowing your niche, honestly, I view that as a necessity, right?
mhm.
Especially in the dating market, today's dating market, knowing your niche is important because if you don't know your niche, then you're going to be, in a sense, lost because you're
Right.
not going to have any directions or any guidance or any baseline.
Any baseline, right? And last but not least, when you're dealing with women that's not your niche, they're gonna expect more from you, right? They're gonna expect more time, more dates, more resources.
Way more
You're
effort.
not gonna bang him on the first date. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, you're not gonna get in the first. They're
They're
gonna
going to
expect
expect
more
a
from you. So
whole lot of effort from you that your niche, girls from your niche, generally wouldn't.
exactly, man. All right. Let us know what you think in the comments, and if you have any questions, let us know, and we'll be back with another video.
Yeah, you guys make sure you like and subscribe, Peace.